World War III. Just in case your life wasn't hard enough, chat. This is crazy work. Let's get off into the lore. I'm going to go back a few days and we're going to catch up everything that's happened currently right now. So, the supreme leader of Iran's residence has reportedly been hit by strategic Israeli-U.S. strike. Girl filming. They hit the supreme leader's compound. This was 5 days ago. She seems pretty happy about it, though. They seem pretty happy about that. Here's what Trump had to say.
Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere.
There'll be bombs. There'll be great bombs.
We are finished. Take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight.
I bet Bush would have did it. Kids in Iran celebrating the bombing on their own capital. They hit them. How do you feel? Amazing. This is crazy because just to imagine if people were hanging outside of the White House and something happened like this and people were screaming, that's amazing, that'd be really alarming in my opinion. The U.S. attacking Iran during the middle of Ramadan. That's ridiculous, bro. Let's see here. Footage of Israeli missiles flying over Iraqi airspace on their way to strike Iran. Waves of attacks were reportedly planned on Iran. Oh, man. When they send in the big planes like that, bro, it's already a wrap. Iran missiles have reportedly struck Israel in retaliation of the strikes on Tehran. Bro, it's not looking good. Me and the boys after getting drafted to fight for Netanyahu. Netanyahu, words Levi.
Stupid.
Just, it's so stupid. It's a battlefield. Iran targeted the United States naval installation on Bahrain as reports of additional Iranian missile launches against Israel, Qatar, and the UAE continue to come in. This is scary stuff, dude. This is scary stuff. A U.S. soldier recorded Iranian strikes on his base.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah, because, dude, that's it's no laughing matter when stuff like this starts to happen, dude. You know what I mean? This stuff gets bad. So apparently they're spawn camping these new leaders. So it's Iran's supreme leader Khamenei has been yerked after the U.S. and Israeli bombed his house, killing him and 10 other officials.
The U.S. concurs that Khamenei is dead. And what comes next?
Brutal. The U.S. dropped 30 missiles dropped on Khamenei's house. 5 to 10 senior officials have been taken out. Moments after Khamenei's house was 33 times. Trump 3-0. January, February, March. Oh my God. President Trump in the Situation Room, hat on, locked in, personally overseeing Operation Epic Fury strikes on Iran. Body after 30 missiles. That's wild, bro. All of Iran celebrating to the death of Atalaya. Wow. This is crazy. Cheering. Protect the Persian baddies. They're in the streets celebrating it. Dude, it's wild to me because I'm just thinking if something was happening like that in the U.S., like, you know, people were celebrating that our president, you know, something happened to him. I feel like that's terrible. Breaking, the newly appointed interim Ayatollah, I can't even say these names, the new acting supreme leader of Iran after the murking of Khamenei has been killed overnight in U.S.-Israeli strikes on Tehran just hours after stepping into his new role. Dude's getting spawn camped. Same energy. Bro got spawn camped. Oh my God. Iran never stood a chance against the Rizzler. Bro, AI's got to be stopped. What is this? The IRGC about to find out why school teachers don't make $100,000 a year. That is a terrifying, terrifying aircraft. That thing is massive, dude. China and Russia after telling Iran they would fully back them in conflict with the U.S. It's got music, so I'm not gonna. I've seen enough. Open the borders. WW3 started before I could find true love. Oh my God. A friendly fire incident over Kuwait has occurred involving an F-15 with the U.S. Air Force causing the jet to crash. Oh, snap. A jet, that's going to be a big boom there. That jet fuel. It's going to be hot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not looking good. There's the explosion. It's going to be one. Really? You had to be behind that? You couldn't catch it? The pilot was able to eject safely. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Police? Yes. 1 minute. 1 minute.
At least the pilot survived. GTA 6 is finally coming out. The world immediately. Oh my God. Bro, that gotta be fake. That's insane. Iran hit Saudi Arabia's Aramco Ras Tanuri oil refineries, and the price of oil is about to skyrocket. Gas is about to be expensive, chat. That gas is about to be expensivo. Another view of Saudi Arabia's Aramco oil refinery. This is not looking good, chat. What do you guys think about this whole World War III thing? Iran crashing out. Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, Qatar. Oh, man. Delivery app guys in Dubai. Flight right now. iShow Speed announced a Middle East tour is coming very soon. Touring countries.
Middle East tour?
Yes, I will.
Donated $1.
I don't think that's a good idea, Speed. Speed, when he arrives to Dubai for his first tour in the Middle East. Yeah, I wouldn't do the Middle East right now. Oh, my God. Heavy explosions in Iran from U.S.-Israeli airstrikes. That's terrifying, dude.
Time for the Autobots to bomb allies in solving human conflict. Prevent mankind from bringing harm to itself.
Service, what is that? Transformers. Rumors of nuclear test in Iran is believed to have taken place after a magnitude 4.3 earthquake was detected in the area. Okay, dude. Well, here's my whole thing. If there's a rumor that Iran is nuclear testing, that's just fuel to the fire that we're gonna bomb the mess out of them. It's just gonna be like, hey, it's just propaganda for us to, you know, bomb them even more. Iran waking up and seeing everyone accusing them of having a nuke, so America can bomb them more. It's so true, though. U.S. launches Tomahawk guided missiles at Iran. From what I've heard, these Tomahawks are no joke. My brother-in-law, he's a veteran, and he works kind of in this area, like missiles and radars and stuff like that. He's like, these Tomahawks are crazy. I ain't gonna lie, they sound crazy. That's not looking good. Well, they're firing those off. Finally finished my degree. Can't wait to start my career, the world. For real, though. Footage from Tehran today. This is yesterday. God, that looks terrible. It does look like a war zone, though, chat. Israel just struck a meeting of Iran's Assembly of Experts while they were voting to choose the new supreme leader. All 88 members have reportedly been eliminated. That's crazy already. When you get picked to run Iran's government, but you're now the 5th candidate because of all the others have been bombed after 24 hours. That's the last gig that you want, bro. Footage which appears to show the moment that an Iranian one-way attack drone, likely a Shahed 136, struck the U.S. consulate tonight in Dubai. Bro, we in the middle of World War III, chat. This is crazy. Look at this.
Shit.
Shit. Kim Jong-un watching WW3 break without him. Oh my God. He's like, I can't do this. Please don't be weird at dinner.
Have a nice break and welcome back
to the end of the world. So as you know, World War III has started.
Okay, I've got more on that professor. I've got like a couple clips from him. He's good, dude. He's really good. The world war is already started. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that QR code so you can get some free cash on Free Cash. Let's pull up the Free Cash Trustpilot really quick. You can play, let's see here, Trustpilot, here we go. Boom, 4.7, 267,000 reviews. I didn't imagine it would be into a game like Monopoly Go on the phone, but developers have made it really enjoyable in the perspective of clicking stuff to get stuff. Fast Cash made getting a quick loan simple and stress-free. The app is easy to use. The process was fast. I got the funds much sooner than I expected. Everything was clear and straightforward. This is 5 hours ago and a day ago. So go check out Free Cash. You can go to that QR code there, and I also have the link in the description if you want to go check that out. Now, what I'm going to get into now is... I'm going to get into this, what's that professor's name? I have it somewhere here. Where's he at? Was it the last one of this? No, it wasn't this one. It was this one right here.
I hope everyone had a...
Okay, yeah, so this dude, he basically breaks down everything that's happening. But yeah, go hit that QR code, man. Free cash, baby. Easy to get some coin.
It is possible that Russia and China will also enter this war on the side of the Iranians. This is World War III. And this map, even if you don't really know the war, even if you don't know the participants, even if you don't know the weaponry, this map will tell you exactly how this war will progress. All right, so some certain things to keep in mind about this map. This is what we...
I think there's an actual YouTube video of it. Let me see if I can't find him. Professor Jiang. I think Sneako's had him on his pod or something like that. But yeah, this dude basically goes through all of it.
I hope everyone had a nice break, and welcome back to the end of the world. So,
just so casual about it.
As you know, World War III has started. The United States and Israel have started to attack Iran. And we are now in the 4th day of this war. And we can expect this war to last for many weeks, possibly also for many years. But I promise you that after this war is done, the world will never be the same again. So what we will do these next few weeks is use game theory and understand and analyze the geopolitical situation. And so I'm going to teach you the ideas, the theories, the techniques to understand the world around you and make predictions. And we can know if our analysis is correct because all this is happening in real time, and so we can test it against reality. All right, so let's go over some basic facts about what's happened so far. So in the early morning of Saturday in Tehran, the Israelis and Americans launched a decapitation strike against the Ayatollah Khamenei, who is the supreme leader of Iran. Now, there are arguments and disputes about as to what happened. The Americans and Israelis said that they had real intelligence about where the leader was, and so they sent airplanes to just bomb the crap out of the place. They also had a spy who was able to record the body.
It's so savage just to bomb the mess out of somebody, bro.
Of the dead Ayatollah. And then this was announced.
I'll let him keep talking.
At first, the Iranians denied this, and the Iranians insisted he was still alive. But eventually, state media admitted that he did die in the airstrike. But then what they also said is that the Ayatollah, he's 86 years old, and he chose to die. He could have gone to Moscow, but instead he chose to stay in Tehran and die for his people. Dude. But not only that, but he died along many of his relatives. He died along with his daughter, his son-in-law, his grandchildren. Oh. So many of the family died in this assault. Also, there's been reporting that he had prostate cancer. Okay, so he was going to die fairly soon as well. So what you need to understand first about the war is that even though the Americans and the Israelis claim great success in decapitating the leadership of the Iranians, from the Iranian perspective, this is a martyrdom, okay? And so the religion of the Iranians is called Shia Muslim, and this is different from Sunni Muslim. So Sunnis are Majority. Well, we've seen what they've done in Gaza, and understand.
He talks about this map here in a second. Okay, yeah. Let's get into this.
Iran. There's no food coming in. 5%.
Okay, here we go.
You know the war. If you don't know the participants, even if you don't know the weaponry, this map will tell you exactly how this war will progress. All right, so some certain things to keep in mind about this map. This is what we call this area, okay, really small, but it's 33 kilometers wide, okay? People can swim across it. It's really, really narrow, okay? This small area, guys, it's called the Strait of Hormuz, all right? And it's important because it's really the center of the world. This one area is the nexus, the pivot of the world. Let me explain why. First of all, from the GCC, you have 20% of all the world's oil flowing through this narrow strait. Where does it go, guys? It goes to Asia, India, Pakistan, South Korea, China, Japan.
Oh, snap. Okay.
India depends on 60% of its oil from the...
Chat, the reason I wanted to do all this is because I haven't done any research on this. I've just been seeing it, so we're kind of learning this at the same time. So bear with me here. I know this is a little bit of a different video.
This area. China depends on 40%. Japan, 75%. Prime Minister Takeichi of Japan has said that, listen, if the Strait of Hormuz closes, we're going to have oil in about 8-9 months. The entire Japanese economy would collapse in 8-9 months if the Strait of Hormuz were to close. And guess what? The Iranians have closed the Strait of Hormuz. Okay? So we can expect that the entire global economy will suffer greatly over the next few months. All right, so that's point number one. Point number two is, okay, so the GCC sends oil across the Strait of Hormuz, and what do they get back in return? Food, guys. All right, so...
Oh, they're going to cut off the oil supply, and then the food supply is going to get cut as well. This is not looking good.
And of the American Empire. Because what is the American Empire? The American Empire is the petrodollar. All right? The idea of the petrodollar is this. The US dollar is worth nothing. It's only valuable when people want it. But the GCC says that if you want oil from us, you have to pay us in US dollars. Okay? Then that is the basis of the value of the US dollar. So, if the GCC collapses, the American economy and the American Empire both collapse at the same time. The problem, though, is the GCC is an artificial construct of empire. It does not exist naturally. Why? Because there's no food, there's no oil, no water. Okay, guys? No food, no water. So these cities are able to grow in the millions because of all these petrodollars flowing in. If you close off the Strait of Hormuz, there's no food coming in, right? They're all going to starve. How much food?
We got a lot of big backs that won't starve. Big back, big back. A lot of people have ate that food ahead of time.
Does GCC get from overseas? 80%. 80% of all the food it consumes comes from overseas, that it imports. It doesn't grow by itself, it imports. All right? That's
not good.
So the Strait of Hormuz is really key. And again, the Iranians will close it in order to strangle the global economy and therefore bankrupt the American empire. All right? Second thing you will notice is these mountains. These mountains is what we call Iran. All right, this is Iran. This is GCC. Okay, this is not a fair matchup, right? Because these are mountains. And what can you do in mountains? Well, you can hide rocket bases. You can hide drone bases. You can hide missiles. And that's the entire Iranian offensive strategy, all right? From here, they can hide missiles and drones from which to attack the GCC. And what are they attacking? They're attacking three things, right? They're attacking American military bases. American military bases. That's number one. Okay. Is it possible for the Americans to defend against these attacks? The answer is no. It's not. It's the silliest thing in the world. You have all these bases in the Middle East, but you cannot defend them against the Iranians. That's kind of strange. Okay, but that's number one. Number two is oil and energy. How hard is it to blow up an oil field with a drone? Not hard at all. Can you defend these oil fields? No, you cannot. All right? Number three, and this is most important, is water. Okay? You guys don't know this, but the GCC has little access to fresh water. So the only way that it can produce water is what we call desalination plants, okay? These factories that take salt water and then through electrochemical process turn it into fresh water for the population to use. 60% of the water supply in the GCC comes from desalination plants, okay? 60%.
Wow.
Is it hard to blow up a desalination plant using a drone? The answer is, it's very easy. You understand? Okay? So you have this absurd situation where Iran is a mountain fortress where it can hide its offensive capacity, and the GCC, it's just this desert, this flat desert, and it is exposed to attack, and there's nothing it can do about it, okay? So at any point in this war, the Iranians can choose to just destroy the entire GCC, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. Okay, but Iran also has a weakness, okay, and this is fundamental. So Iran also has a water problem, okay? So for the longest time, they suffered a drought issue, okay, just climate change. And so what the plan of the Israelis and Americans is destroy the water supply of the Iranians. Because the fortress, it is a mountain fortress, but it can also be a mountain prison as well, where people are trapped inside with no access to water. Okay, so what we're going to see right now, we're already seeing attacks on civilian infrastructure, hospitals. In the future, you'll see attacks on water supply, on dams, on reservoirs, on power plants. The point, the idea is to make Iran so inhabitable that the people will have to rebel against the people, or there'll be a refugee crisis in Iran. Okay? So as you can see from this map, this war, it is the end of the world. Okay? Both sides have
This is crazy. I didn't think it was this big a deal, chat. Put a one in the chat if you agree. I didn't think it was getting to this point. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was coming to this point. This is what the Tates had to say about it.
I am panicking. I look at the world today, and me, with all of my resource and intellect, feels a distinct sense of unease. I can't sleep very well anymore. There are too many lies, too much I don't understand, too much violence, too much chaos, too much deception. The Matrix is out here imprisoning anyone who tells the truth with false charges. I feel nervous, and I'm a man of exceptional capability. I'm a rook on the chessboard. I can do amazing things. I can get on.
He just gets into those rants. I can do amazing things. Some of what he says is good, but some of it's just so, I feel like it's sensationalized, you know what I mean? But chat, what do you guys think about this? Is this like, is it going down, you know? Like, this, I feel like this war, it will change the world, you know? Like, it's, imagine just driving and seeing this, bro. Imagine, just driving, going to work, seeing these explosions. God, it's crazy. I just didn't think I'd see this in my lifetime. Now, I know we've had world war, you know, we've had 2 world wars already before, and they seemed a little bit ridiculous to me, but, you know, this just seems like it's the next World War III. We're cracking it off. We're cracking it off. And I wanted to cover this because I feel like this is kind of like a big deal right now. This isn't something to take lightly. You know, I usually would just do my modern dating thing and modern women, and that stuff is stupid, but this stuff is getting serious, you know? And it's kind of all over the internet right now. It's kind of taking over. So I was just like, you know what? I need to cover this. So I haven't talked about this at all. But here's another thing called the Great Israel Project.
This is the Greater Israel Project. Okay, this is what Yahweh promised to Abraham in the Bible. As you can see, it's pretty huge. It's the entire Middle East. It extends from the Nile to the Euphrates in Iraq. Okay, it's a huge area. And if you say the Israelis want to achieve the Greater Israel Project, they call you a conspiracy theorist. So like, we don't want that, okay? But explain 2 things to me. First of all, why is the Greater Israel map on a chevron of an IDF soldier, okay? These are soldiers, Israeli soldiers, and they wear the insignia of the Greater Israel Project, okay? This is the map. Also, if you look at the flag of Israel, there are 2 blue lines, right? These represent rivers, the Nile and the Euphrates. All right? So if it's a conspiracy theory, then how do you explain these 2 things? All right, but I want to argue you know what? Pax Judaica, it's not about Israel or the Greater Israel Project. What it is ultimately is an alliance of transnational capital, multinationals like Google and Meta, and intelligence agencies that will be based in Jerusalem, okay? So secret societies will be based in Jerusalem, and they will use it as a headquarters for their global conspiracy. But, and they will profit from chaos and conflict around the world because they think that this is the culmination of the prophecy. But it doesn't necessarily mean that Jews will be in charge. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Okay, so it's a much more complicated idea than people think it is. All right.
What I don't get is how they haven't assassinated this guy yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's telling stuff that people really, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's powers above that really don't want him saying that. They really don't want him saying that. You know what I mean? But dude, this is crazy. It's crazy that we're getting to this point right now where World War III has started. And oh my God, somebody said switch to paper straws to save the earth, man. It's just explosions in the back, missiles, tomahawks. Golly. It's like I'll never understand why you know, regular everyday Americans are expected to drink out of paper straws, but yet, you know, stuff like this is happening and people are getting bombed, and, you know, billionaires are able to fly on private jets, and, you know, I don't know. It's just wild to me, bro. It's absolutely wild to me. This is what's happening right now, is World War III. Chat, all right, let me know in the comments, are you old enough to be drafted? I'm not. I don't think I am. What's the draft age, actually? What is the draft age? What is the draft age here? Between 18 and 25. Woo! Barely missed it. Barely missed it, bro. United States, nearly all male citizens and residents are required to register with the Selective Service, 18 to 25. Registration window, men must register within 30 days of their 18th birthday, and they remain in registration until their 26th birthday. Okay, well, luckily I'm out of it. My knees are bad anyways. I'm getting so old, my back goes out more than I do. It's getting bad, dude. It's getting real bad. But what do you guys think about this, man? This whole World War III stuff. Is it happening? Is it going down? You know? This dude, man. Okay, and apparently there's a meeting with Trump in China in April.
Big event of 2026 will be this April, when Trump visits China on a state visit, his first and his second term. So what Trump wants to do is go to China and negotiate a grand bargain between China and the United States. Remember, in 1971, Nixon removed the US dollar from the gold standard. And so the US dollar was now free floating. So to stabilize the US dollar, to give it value, he did two things. The first is he established a petrodollar, meaning that Saudi Arabia would only allow for its oil to be purchased by US dollars. And the second thing that he did was he visited China to open up China. And so what America did in the 1980s was transfer technology, expertise to China, open its market so that China would become addicted to the US dollar. For, you know, a few decades, this relationship worked really well. But then the United States started to abuse its exorbitant privilege. It started to print too much US dollars. It started to engage in these wars in the Middle East that were causing the debt to balloon. Then you had the 2008, 2009 great financial crisis. So China became much more worried about the value, the stability of the US dollar. Where does China get most of its oil? It gets most of its oil from the Middle East. If Trump were to attack Iran and destabilize the Middle East, then China would be forced to rely more on the Western Hemisphere for its oil supply. But not just the oil supply, but also for silver, for gold, for lithium, for copper, basically all the minerals that China needs to power its EV industry, its AI industry. So this is the grand strategy that's being played out, where Trump is conducting all these wars around the world in order to strangle the Chinese economy so that China becomes reliant on the Western Hemisphere for its supply. And then China will be forced to buy more US dollars. That's the great game that we're being played, that we are.
Wow, that's it. That's the game, chat. That's what we're doing right now. That's what Trump is doing. That's crazy. Starting wars to make our dollar worth more. If that's actually true, that's wild work. Loki, free. Sit. Shake. Good boy. Stuff out of your eyes. Free. Go to your place. What do you guys think about this, chat? Do you guys like today's video? Should I do more of these? Should I, you know, I just haven't done a political video in a while. And I haven't done a news video in a while. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do a news video. It feels like World War III is about to start, or it started about 4 or 5 days ago. You know, we're seeing something crazy. I hope nobody gets drafted, but they're saying there might be a food famine. And I was like, man, I got to keep up on this. This is wild. Like, are we going to be, am I about to be living through the next world war? That's crazy to think, right? I just didn't think we were going to have one. And if anything, I thought it was going to be like Russia and us, or Russia and China, or China and us. I always knew it'd be us because we're always trying to start something. I don't know what it is about America. We're always trying to start something with all these other countries, bro. Like, can't we all just get along, dude? It's wild work, bro. Ain't that right, Lokes?
Won't they do?
But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.